Today we're heading to Middle America and specifically the Isthmus of Panama. The Republic of Panama is located in the southwestern portion of the North American continent. It is bordered by Costa Rica to the northwest, Colombia to the northeast, and the Venezuelan, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana to the north. Of course, it shares maritime borders with many other countries in the Caribbean. However, in terms of land borders, those are the only countries that touch Panama. When we zoom out, we can see that Panama is part of a region known as Middle America, also known as Central America. This area consists of 7 countries in total: Belize, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. Between them, they form a continuous landmass forming a sort of middle section between North America and South America. Panama, being the smallest of the bunch, is sometimes referred to as the gem of Central America, so the name of the country is Panama. The reason why I bring this up is because it is derived from the name of the comarca or region that existed in pre-Columbian times and later became the seat of the Spanish colonial government. The term Panama, in turn, comes from the indigenous word for a multitude of small fishes called palm, which swam upstream to spawn at certain times of the year. The name of the country's capital is Panama City. The Spanish name is Ciudad de Panama, meaning Panama City. That's pretty straightforward. And finally, we have the official language, which is Spanish. In fact, Castellano, as it's known locally, is the sole official language, although English is widely understood in commercial and government settings. There are 9 main native languages spoken in Panama, the largest of which are English, which is spoken by 14% of the population, primarily along the canal and in Panama City, as well as by some indigenous groups. Also Kuna, which is spoken by around 8% of the population. It is the language of the Kuna people, one of several indigenous groups found throughout the country. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Panama is considered part of Central America. But before 1903, it was actually a part of Colombia. You see, the area that now constitutes Panama used to be a part of the Spanish colony of New Granada, which after independence became the Republic of Colombia. In 1821, when the Spanish relinquished control over the region, Panama declared its independence from Colombia in 1903, largely with the encouragement and secret support of the United States, which was eager to gain control of the newly built Panama Canal. The secessionist movement was driven by various factors, including dissatisfaction with Colombian rule, economic disparities between the regions, and of course, the desire to protect and profit from the canal. The United States played a significant role in Panama's path to independence. President Theodore Roosevelt dispatched U.S. troops to the area under the guise of protecting the lives and property of American citizens. Ostensibly, this action was taken to prevent a potential French military intervention, but it effectively secured Panama's separation from Colombia. In the aftermath of the revolution, the U.S. recognized Panama's independence and established the Panama Canal Company to oversee the construction and operation of the canal. This move gave the United States significant influence over Panamanian affairs and set the stage for decades of close ties between the two nations. When it comes to its shape, Panama is rather unique. It is sometimes described as a narrow strip of land, or an isthmus, because it connects the North and South American continents. More specifically, it is known as the Isthmus of Panama. This isthmus is a geographic feature that serves as a bridge between the two continents and is roughly 500 miles, or 800 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. The significance of this isthmus lies in its historical role as a land bridge, allowing for the migration of humans, plants, and animals between the Americas long before the construction of the Panama Canal. Furthermore, this distinctive shape is a result of the convergence of 2 tectonic plates, the Caribbean Plate and the Nazca Plate. The collision of these plates created a mountain range known as the Andes Mountains, which traverse through Panama, shaping its physical geography and influencing its climate and biodiversity. Panama spans approximately 78,200 square kilometers, making it the smallest country in Latin America and the 4th smallest in the Western Hemisphere. To put this into perspective, it is smaller than the state of Florida and about 1/3 the size of Georgia. Despite its relatively small size, Panama's territory encompasses a variety of ecosystems, including tropical rainforests, coastal plains, and mountainous regions. The highest point in the country is which stands at 464 meters, or 11,365 feet above sea level. In terms of population, Panama is home to approximately 4.3 million people, making it the 140th most populous country globally. The largest metropolitan area in Panama is Panama City, which accounts for nearly half of the country's total population. Other urban areas include M. David. Panama's population is ethnically diverse, with a mix of indigenous, Spanish, African, and other ancestries reflecting its rich history and geographic location. About half of the population identifies as Afro-Panamanian, reflecting the influence of West African heritage. While Spanish is the primary language, English is widely understood, especially in urban areas and among business communities due to its historical ties with the United States and its role as a global hub. Speaking of hubs, Panama is a major one for shipping and trade due to the Panama Canal, one of the world's most important artificial waterways. The canal, which opened in 1914, connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, reducing travel time for ships traveling between the two coasts. Panama's strategic location has also made it an important hub for banking and finance, with many international companies and organizations maintaining a presence there. The service sector plays a significant role in Panama's economy, which includes activities such as tourism, transportation, and telecommunications. Panama's government has actively promoted tourism to boost the economy with visitors drawn to its beaches, canal, and biodiversity. The economy of Panama is characterized by stability and growth, with a GDP of around $33 billion. The country has one of the highest per capita incomes in Central America, with sectors such as services, commerce, and industry driving its economic output. However, income inequality remains a challenge. Agriculture, while not a dominant force in the economy, includes crops such as bananas, coffee, and sugarcane. The service sector, as I mentioned, is a cornerstone of Panama's economy, with financial services, particularly banking, playing a pivotal role. Panama's strategic location and reputation for stability and security have made it attractive for international businesses seeking to establish regional headquarters. Additionally, the Panama Canal, a monumental feat of engineering, serves as a lifeline for global trade, enhancing Panama's economic significance. Tourism also contributes significantly to the economy, drawing visitors to its canal, beaches, and vibrant capital city, Panama City. Panama's natural beauty, combined with efforts to develop infrastructure and diversify its economy, positions the country for continued growth and development on the global stage. As you may already know, Panama is famous for one thing in particular, the Panama Canal. But before I talk about that, let's first define what a canal is. Essentially, a canal is an artificial waterway that connects to larger bodies of water, typically used for navigation and trade. The Panama Canal is an extraordinary feat of engineering that links the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, cutting across the Isthmus of Panama. Built in the early 20th century after the French began the project in 1881, it replaced the arduous journey around the southern tip of South America, dramatically reducing travel time for ships. The canal comprises a series of locks, dams, and artificial lakes that allow ships to navigate the elevation changes across the isthmus. Since its opening in 1914, the Panama Canal has been a crucial global trade route, facilitating the efficient transport of goods and contributing significantly to Panama's economy. In addition to the canal, Panama is renowned for its lush rainforests and remarkable biodiversity. The country is home to a plethora of species found nowhere else in the world. One notable example is the golden frog, a tiny yet vibrantly colored amphibian endemic to the region. Panama also boasts an extensive canal system that stretches beyond the Panama Canal. This network of artificial waterways, known as the Panamanian Canal System, was created to regulate water levels and supply fresh water to the canal. One of the most prominent canals in this system is the Gadoon Canal, an artificial lake created by damming the Gadoon River. Beyond its man-made marvels, Panama features a tapestry of natural wonders. The San Blas Islands, a scattered archipelago off the Caribbean coast, are renowned for their pristine beaches and coral reefs, offering a glimpse into the country's rich marine biodiversity. Inland, the Darien Gap, an untamed stretch of dense jungle, marks the last remaining tract of wilderness in the continental U.S., providing habitat to an array of animal species. Finally, Panama City, the capital city, is a vibrant metropolis that seamlessly blends modern skyscrapers with colonial-era architecture.